I just want to thank everybody for the tremendous support that I have received lately. I want to thank all of the new subscribers. I really appreciate your support. Really helps me keep going. Now, here's some news that I got as to why I'm having so much tremendous support lately. I had one of my subscribers simply share one video in a group that she was in Facebook. And she told me this. Then all of a sudden, here comes all of these hundreds of views for, when you have hundreds of views on all of your videos, it really boosts up your channel. And she told me this, and I was jokingly saying, where are all these Negroes coming from? And she said, oh, I shared one of your videos in one of my groups. See, it only really takes a few people. I know people say that they share, but I don't see the impact of the shares. I do know that I have one guy who shared one of my videos, and that video is now my most successful video. So I do want to thank everybody for the tremendous support and the new subscribers. Now, on to more serious stuff. I know I've been making videos lately that just make you think, and I'm always about making videos that make you think, that are timeless. It doesn't have to depend on what's going on in a political race or anything in the news happening right then and there. But I do use historical facts and data so that it is timeless, and it can be outdated later on, but I try and make it as interesting as possible. When do children learn racism? This is probably going to shock you. I want you to pause the video right now and give your guess and the answers below right now. Okay, thank you. So, you're probably going to be wrong because I was wrong. And I'm super smart. No, I'm kidding. I'm super smart, but I had no clue about this. I was way off. According to Mazarin Banaji, a renowned Harvard University psychologist, brain researcher, and racism and physical prejudice expert, and colleagues suggest that even though they may not understand the why of their feelings, children exposed to racism tend to accept and embrace it as young as age 3. Is that crazy? I thought maybe in the 3rd grade. I was way off, because that's what I heard that a lot of black boys were saying, oh, I'm so depressed because I went to school and this happened. And that happens around age 3, 3rd grade, 4th grade. But age 3 is crazy. Where would they learn racism at age 3? Now, this isn't that they're being mistreated or anything. This is, the door being open, and they're seeing the world through the stained glass of racism for the first time. Age 3. Now, that has to be from home. Now, what is that suggesting, though? That's suggesting that white parents and black parents are teaching their own children about racism, which is really moronic, because then you go onto Facebook and these same people are talking about, oh, I wish I lived in a world without racism. Well, stop teaching your kids about racism. And then you get the argument then, well, if I don't teach my kid about racism, he or she is not going to be prepared for the hurt that they're going to get. Well, your child could be the 1 in a million, sort of like me, who don't learn about racism until age like 18 or something like that. Really, I never confronted racism until I came back to the United States and was in law school. Is that crazy? So I'm not talking about I was a kid. I'm not talking about I was a teenager. I was a full-blown adult. So I'm saying I never encountered racism overseas where I grew up. And I was in certain cities where I was the only black thing around for miles. Go on school trips, the only black thing in the entire building. And six schools are at the meet. Not even the referees is black. And to my knowledge, in other sports, the referees are usually black, aren't they? Age 3. That's crazy. That means that the parents. So I'm assuming then on the black side, the parents are teaching them that there's racism and, you should feel sorry for yourself. I don't mean to be. I'm not trying to sound nasty or evil or have no chill. I'm just saying, since black people are on the receiving end, are they teaching their children to be on the receiving end of racism? Age 3? That's crazy to me. Okay, I'm going to look at your answers and see what you guessed. Thank you for watching the Shakaama Live Show.